Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned in to another live edition of the Locker Room Daily Report, or TLDR for short.
Hello, Galaxy!
Okay, baby. Come on up. You start it. You say it.
Hello, Galaxy. I'm Jedi.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yesterday I announced that we are going to try to start TLDR up again. I had scheduled this live broadcast to be members only. See, now you can join and become a member, and you can actually join the live chat. See, chat is locked down for members only. You could also post super chats. So I was planning on going unlisted. And then YouTube decided to delete the video. Either YouTube or my broadcast tool said, yeah, that video you were going to just, post in an unlisted way, yeah, we're going to delete it. And I'm like, what? And I had no way of informing members or anybody else ahead of time that this was going to happen. So Jedi was ready to do the video. I was ready to do the video. And some of the members were ready to do the video. I posted this morning, not just one of the exclusive blog posts. I have to finish. Okay, can I finish what I need to say and then it's your turn? We're going to take turns?
No.
How can we not take turns, baby? We have to.
It's my turn and then your turn.
Okay, but let me finish this one thought. It would be really simple for me to finish.
No, I want to do it.
I know you want to do it, but maybe you'll learn the routine sooner or later. Then it's your turn. Patience. A Jedi is patient.
Video down? No, sorry.
No, it shouldn't be.
Okay.
At least I hope not. Jedi, baby. I'm talking.
I want to.
I know. So, what I was saying, I think, at some point, was that I was planning on just doing unlisted videos, but it's not going to be possible. I made a post earlier, including kind of my thoughts on the iPhone XS. This was another one of those members-only things. I also shared it with people who support me in the email newsletter on chrispirillo.com. Also to the people who are still active patrons. There are still a few of them. Either way, those who support my endeavors that way get access to pretty much every amount of bonus access. And 80% of the people who replied to the poll today said, Chris, we don't care what you do. We're just here to support you.
Aww.
So I was very happy to hear that. TLDR's back. We're going to push towards 1,000 members. Not quite there. Made it as far as 40 members yesterday, launch day. Today, there's a few things I wanted to cover. Of course, answering the members' questions, as it were, knowing that it's going to take some time for them to pop in because everyone received, theoretically, the push notification. I love you too, baby.
Now it's my turn?
Now it's your turn.
Okay. So I had emoji, and then I just do like this, and then go.
That's lip balm, baby. We don't want to smear lip balm anywhere but on our lips. It's not a glue stick, sweetie. Honey, not a glue stick. I know. Okay, so tell them about your emoji. Your cute emoji.
But I don't have anything to draw on him.
Oh, show them your line?
Show them the line. You can show them the pencil. You can draw with the pencil. There you go. For everybody else...
I can't glue anything for that.
Well, we've already glued everything, honey. Everything's been glued together, sweetie.
You did it with
I
me?
want to.
Okay, Jedi.
Again.
Okay, if you want to glue again, then maybe you don't want to do the video. Because I can't have it both ways here, sweetie. I know. Can we talk about the Facebook video device? Well, I'd like to. Okay, well, then you can sit over here. Oh, now she's clinging for dear life. Facebook. Okay, baby. I know we're being playful right now, but this is the time we talk to people. Yeah, we talk to people. Sometimes we read. Okay.
And this is also usually the time she's
nap
ready.
Time.
Or like done for a little bit.
Yeah, done for a little bit. So I think mommy's going to take baby out this time around. Sorry, everybody.
Let's go take a little rest and then we can come back.
Come here, boo. So, what technology do you want to talk about right now? So this is her response to Facebook? Is that your response to Facebook? Yeah. What are you thinking, bro? What are you thinking? 4 years old is a hard age. It's so hard. You gonna be okay? Yeah? You gonna be okay? No? No? Okay, hun. Let me go ahead and tell everybody about this Facebook hardware that apparently they think everyone's going to buy. Oh, so she's going to rest? Okay. There you go. There's your Mimi. Facebook launched this piece of hardware, like a video chat device. Oh, thank you, by the way, Remy D, for joining and becoming a member. And we also had a super chat come in. Don't want to ignore that. VTC Productions PC, who is also a member. Appreciate that. The Facebook device seems like they're making the right steps on the back end. They're even hosting it on a server that's not belonging to Facebook, set up to be secure, not connected to your Facebook account, though it uses Messenger as a service, which is interesting. Also leverages Alexa on the back end. So it's an Alexa device. But as I tweeted out earlier, very briefly, and I don't think much needs to be said about this, it's a great product like 10 years ago. Where are you going, Boo? What are you thinking? You're fine in Daddy's arms? Okay, well, you can stay there. This is something that people have wanted in their phones for years, multitasking. But if you can't handle talking about the news while at the same time making sure your child is okay, who is that? That is Sundar Pichai. He's basically the person who's heading up Google. Because that's the second bit of news. I mean, I think we're all kind of past this Facebook video chatting device. 10 years too late. Like, why don't you just use your phone, dude? Or tablet or something. Google is shutting down Google+, which is news to many people who never used Google+. Doesn't surprise me. It was an inorganic social network idea. They didn't start it the right way. They certainly didn't follow it up the right way. And Google never really hired an effective social team to manage what needed to happen, in my estimation, with Google. Sundar. And then we scroll down and we can see news, other news.
Can I see?
Sure. She's now fascinated with the tablet. But not her tablet. Which has been misplaced. Yes, honey?
How do I get to become a member?
How do you get to become a member? You can't. That's a screenshot.
I know, but you posted the link.
Uh-huh. Can you tap the link?
No, you see, I go here.
No, that's Facebook.
And then I can't click on anything.
No, because I didn't put a link on that post, otherwise Facebook would bury it.
What is that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go to any Facebook page, what are you asking, baby? That is, it looks like, oh, that's the Facebook device we were talking about, the Facebook portals. I was just talking about that. She's now learning drag and drop. You're seeing, a first-time drag and drop experience right here unfolding in front of your very eyes. The link should be on every page. It says join. So it's like officially youtube.com/Chris Pirillo/join will take you there. It's on every video page. It's on every profile page. Are you going to give Jedi a bro or sis? No. We're good. We've got action figures aplenty.
What about a noise?
What noise, honey? What do you, a noise? I don't know what you're talking about, sweetie. I'm not sure. But there is plenty of news. I'm telling you, Monday was a packed day.
Somebody.
Who? This? That?
Somebody.
That's a game controller. This?
No, somebody says bah.
Someone says bah? I don't think there's any noises back there, honey. I don't have the volume turned up.
Moving your chair.
You're moving your chair. I'm moving my chair. Maybe it's the squeakies of the chair or something like that.
No, the word said.
The word? It says, I'm a little sad because I like Google+. There's one of the two people who did. I'd imagine. It's okay. Those are two things that hit my radar earlier today. And I really don't have much else to say about them because I've talked about them at length in the past. Both Facebook's device projects as well as Google Plus in general. Microsoft, however, unveiled something called Project xCloud. It's a game streaming service designed to work across like a variety of devices. Now, this to me is fascinating. This is something that I've wanted for a number of years. Okay, baby. This is time for us to spend with them, not just each other. We're here to share our lives and our experience with them. Yeah. It's important. We have this time. But yeah, it's interesting to me because I am not a hardware guy. I'm a software guy. And the fact that Microsoft would be taking care of all of that on the back end, allowing me to use just about any device to get something done, that makes me happy. Like, I don't want to be tethered to, so to speak, a piece of hardware. I don't want to hold on to the piece of hardware that's locked and frozen in time. Imagine being able to use a service to play a game rather than owning a disc or, using a digital code and having to, effectively be locked into the experience that particular piece of hardware provided. If you effectively set your IP free, allowed the game to run on any hardware, any compatible hardware, and then constantly upgraded the software experience such that it ran better, played better, and could work across a variety of supported devices that you didn't necessarily have to control, that didn't always have to be up to date. I think that is something that, well, not just Microsoft's chasing, but Google is chasing as well in a very limited sense. Not really new. Game streaming isn't brand new. Certainly other companies have done this in the recent past. Sure, why not?
What?
Absolutely. Thank you. But the fact that Microsoft's giving it a go, I think, is a huge deal. It's absolutely gigantic.
Look, Dad.
What, honey? What do you see? You see us? Yes, that's us. That we're streaming. We're broadcasting out onto the internet. In terms of how that works in terms of how we play games right now, well, we don't. But we've got a few casual games that we might play. Jedi's not quite of the age where she's playing, although I have a feeling that when you start doing the video game thing, Daddy's gonna have to start doing the video game thing. You're like gonna pull me in, kicking and screaming. I keep trying to start her on the classics, like from the Atari 2600.
I play basketball with Hector.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I can try to
game.
throw it.
Yeah, but not the video game. The Atari 2600 basketball game was great.
I take it and then he pretends.
Oh yeah, probably did. Because he's probably a more skilled basketball player than Daddy. Everybody's a more skilled basketball player than Daddy. Those public trials won't happen or won't start until 2019. Not the basketball trials. We're going to move on from basketball. We will never speak of basketball again.
Ow!
Right? Is that a deal? Can we pinky promise? All right. Got it on record. All right. But in terms of why that interests me, it's largely because it's a freedom of experience independent of hardware. And I don't want to take up space. I'm a hardware minimalist, which I know is always strange for people to hear over and over again, but it's true. I don't really get hooked on hardware. Never have, probably never will. Christopher Miller says, pull Chris into Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo's definitely there. We got the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, but she's still entirely too young. 4 years old. I'm sure there are child prodigies out there, but Jedi is more of a Renaissance girl. She does a little bit of dabbles a little bit in everything. Some basketball, some arts, some craft work. Really, what does that say, honey? It says, "Hola, Jedi, ¿cómo estás?" I think you've nailed Spanish a little more deeply than that.
Hola.
Okay, that's good. That's a response. That's an hola. Thank you very much, Ivan. Hello. The other bit of news on my radar today was Intel. They unveiled a wide array of new chips, specifically for one of them specifically for gaming. I kind of get lost in a lot of the techno babble though, like in terms of specs.
What it says right there.
What does it say right there?
It
Well, that still says the same thing. It says, Chris, thoughts on consumer robotics as a future industry. Oh, yeah, it's happening. Robotics are getting smarter. They're programmed to basically adapt to their environments, and it's just a matter of time before they rise up and destroy us all. That's my feeling. They will destroy us. Yeah. But I'll be dead for that. I won't be here. I hope. Maybe I'll be swept up in that the whole death by robot thing.
It was such a sweet moment.
I'm sorry.
Well,
but speaking of death, hundreds of people have died from taking selfies. Like they take them selfies in these very dangerous positions. Yeah, just in incredibly, really DUMB shots. Yeah. I have to spell out certain things because like STUPID, we usually don't throw that word about. DUMB, that kind of thing. Because someone loves to repeat Not gonna name any names.
Ow.
I might spell them Jedi.
Oh.
But yeah, you gotta think, right? Just because you have a smartphone doesn't make you smarter. Seriously, like hundreds of people have died. I'm serious. Like, if I get something on my gravestone, I do not want that to be it. Like, died from taking a picture of themselves, dude.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is, but people just don't think. They get behind the wheel of a car. They don't think. They get behind a wheel of a computer, a phone, and they just don't think.
Have you seen those videos of people looking down at their phone and they'll fall into like a hole or like?
Have I seen videos? I've lived it.
You have? You've done that?
Well, of course, I've like accidentally knocked into things. I haven't fallen in a hole necessarily. Remember, baby, we got to keep our volume attenuated. Baby, do not stick this in your mouth, or I have to take it away and don't give it back.
It's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. Not okay. Are you going to stick it in your mouth again? Okay, thank you.
I want.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I want.
There was one other thing though that I as I was scanning social, as I'm prone to do every day. Earl Green actually tweeted me earlier, and I ended up talking about it somewhat. Let's see if I can quote tweet it. He asked if I wrote a specific article. What is it? This is Twitter, honey. Yeah, honey. What are you scared of? That guy had all his Lego bricks stolen, and he's quitting. He's like a YouTuber, and like someone broke in and stole all his Lego bricks. Did you just stick this in your mouth? Okay. Let's keep that over there for now, okay? It can be very peligro. Where is it? Okay, Earl, where was it that you tweeted? There we go. There's the article on ZDNet. What real people think about the iPhone XS. And it takes everything in me not to say XS, which it kind of is. Oh, and tomorrow, by the way, I'll be going live with the Pixel announcements, too. So, I know. That's an article. We're going to kind of read through it. Just to see what real people think. Hang on, baby. I have to read it. No scrolling, or you have to go with mommy, okay? I understand you're excited, but I really want to talk through it. I know we can't watch that video, unfortunately, because I do not have the rights to rebroadcast. We're going to learn something about how YouTube handles things, and they don't like it when you do that, unfortunately. But when we're no longer streaming, then we can watch the video. How does that sound? Okay, so great. So it was interesting. Josh Sorry, one of my co-founders. What?
I like Josh.
I like Josh too. He's one of the co-founders of CreatorDex, the company that I've assembled, a startup specifically for fellow creators. Wait until you see the first tool. It's exciting for me because I'm a creator, but it'll be mostly for the peers. So what's interesting about the article, and like I said, feel free to read the Twitter account. Earl had quoted in saying, "But specs were never and will never be the main reason people buy phones. This is hard for hardened tech types to swallow." And that's where he said, "Are you sure you didn't write it?" No, I'm pretty sure I didn't write it. I'm sure I didn't write it. But it's just true. We get so caught up in the idea that the latest gadget is the best, and it's just not the case. My mom is also in the room. I apologize. Yes?
Do you want to show Nini your books in your room?
Hi.
She loves books. Yeah, let's go see.
Do you want to play in my room?
Sure.
Okay. So, for those of you who don't like the fact that being a father is one of the best things that's ever happened to me, don't know what to tell you. You know, you gotta rearrange your priorities. And, you know, if your child's not your priority, I don't know what kind of father you are. I'm a geek father. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't do certain things, obviously, but she's a priority. And I know, I just know as a pretty much guaranteed, based on what she sees, what she's immersed in, she'll be doing videos at some point. Not obviously in this channel, but I want to try to involve her in the things that I do. At least I want to attempt to do that, because she's used cameras before, maybe not in the same way, but she's surrounded by them, and you know, the more familiar she is with them, the further ahead that she's going to be able to get. I mean, you can't stop technology from getting in the hands of kids, but at least you can guide it. You can massage it along, and that's it's important to me. You know what you would look forward to. You bring your kid to work day. Well, what if you had an opportunity to do it every day? I'm not saying you could or you should, but you know, it's critical that I provide that kind of context for her and do it in the best way that I possibly can. So I make absolutely no apologies for one of the better roles that I've ever had. Despite how long you may have known me, I'm sorry. It's more important to talk to my child than it is to talk about anything else, really. So in terms of the Pixel announcement tomorrow, yeah, we will be live. That will definitely be scheduled and broadcast live to the public. The way that YouTube's handling this right now, I don't know, and it's still a question of whether TLDR is going to happen indefinitely. It will not continue to happen unless we find enough members. But I'm just kind of seeing where it goes. This is not a job. This is something that I just wanted to see if it was possible. The career path is taking me down the road of being a software company CEO. More on that soon. Creator Decks. Links are in the video description. But yeah, I had word, and I think we saw it in the stream yesterday. John Prosser over at Front Page Tech had said that that the Pixel was going to have a software tweak that allowed you to mitigate the notch area, as it were, where the sensor array is, whatever they're calling it. I think that's possible, but I also think that, like everything else, may have leaked ahead of time. It would keep me from getting the 3 XL. Would I stick with the Pixel 2 XL over a Pixel 3? No, I wouldn't. I'd upgrade pretty easily to a Pixel 3. And that wouldn't even be a question, honestly. The features that they've built into it, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I know, like I said, a lot of the not just the rumors, but the actual leaks have certainly dictated what people's expectations are. But I think if the same type of experience happens, maybe with a better screen, not necessarily a bigger screen, not necessarily a higher resolution, but a better screen than what the Pixel 2 XL had. And I don't think it was that bad. It's not horrible. Burn-in happened, yeah, but it just, day to day, I tend not to pay attention to a lot of that stuff. It's the software that makes everything, and the software has been, by and large, pretty good. Best in class, easily. And that's why I've stuck with it. If it didn't have a good software experience, I would have dumped it quickly. So when will Diana move to the Pixel? Well, you're a great father, and Diana's an amazing mom. Thank you for that recognition. I've been nudging her, and I think during the Apple announcement stream, someone was concerned. You got mad at your wife because she was going to stick to her iPhone. Blah, blah, blah. No, we've had these conversations before. And so Diana, of course, is a creature of habit, and she's used to iOS. But what I've done is showed her, okay, here's what you did on your phone. Here's what I just did. And she's like, whoa, I didn't realize it could work like that. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's just do a timed thing, all right? Let's open your camera. And she's kind of fumbling, but I just double tapped my power button, and there it was. Or let's take a picture. Click, boom, done. All right, let's compare the pictures. And it is night and day, especially with a kid. So if the Pixel 2 XL camera improves, and it will, that's usually what happens with smartphone iterations. It improves over time, steadily. If it is an improvement of any degree over the Pixel 2 XL camera, the Pixel 3 is probably going to be the thing that I'm going to be happiest with. You never know, what they're going to pull out. I reserve any kind of judgment to if or when Google announces something differently, because they haven't made an official announcement. They've teased people. They've said, hey, it was this morning. They posted a little video. I saw it linked on one of the blogs, where they're making fun of themselves, saying, "Oh, Pixel's leaked here, it's leaked there, and we know everything about the Pixel. We know everything about the Pixel." And then they come in at the end of the video and say, "Or do we? Right? Tune in tomorrow." So I'm certainly looking forward to it, in a way that I used to look forward to Apple announcements. But as I pointed out, a few minutes ago here in this video, I shared kind of an essay of sorts with the YouTube members, and thank you. We got at least one new member today. I appreciate that. And then one of the reasons I wanted to do just TLDR for the members is because without them I wouldn't be able to do it, and just as an experiment, to see if it still works. People say they miss things from me, but then they don't, right? But I'm glad y'all did. So even now, even playing with membership is still kind of an experiment to see what's going to stick and what won't. The prospect, though, that we've seen everything, I think is is questionable. We're not Google. But I'm not sure how much more they're going to be able to announce that hasn't already leaked that would impress anybody one way, shape, or form. I don't think it's going to drive, just like last year, I don't think it's going to drive people away from what Apple has built. I think Apple has done well enough with what they produced. I have zero want, need, or desire for anything that Apple has produced recently. But I don't think about smartphones 24/7, and I know you do. That's the thing, is I wouldn't have anything to talk about with you guys. I just don't. I don't look at this stuff very deeply. I need the tool I need to use, and that's it. That's what this is. It's a tool. Nothing else. That's what it is. It's a tool. And it's fine. If you love smartphones, that's great. But if you turn to me, man, for that kind of stuff, you're not going to get very far, because I don't have any interest in that stuff at all. Now, the greater picture with software and how that influences things, and the greater picture of technology and how that influences things, oh yeah, that's where I'll dig in deep, and I'll certainly love talking about the how all these things kind of work together, and how they potentially change how people work with each other, play with each other, live with each other, and that's always what drove me as a value of technology. But just like I am not building a company that's talking about technology, I'm helping build a company that's using technology to achieve a goal. It's a means to an end for me. Nothing's changed, folks. If you're expecting nothing's changed at all. So the other thing I was going to mention today that I had jotted down, I had insomnia, as I've had lately, and one of the things that I started and just wrapped up last night was Man in the High Castle. That was my most recent entertainment choice. I watched season 1 and 2, kind of binged them back to back last year, and I enjoyed it, but season 3 blew them away. Absolutely, season 3 was rock solid. Like I've enjoyed it, but season 3, it's found its footing. So now I'm probably more interested in seeing what's going to happen with season 4 in Man in the High Castle than I was even the season 3 after season 2. After season 2, I was kind of like, where is this going? But now you know. So it's kind of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You have to suffer through the first, couple of seasons, or first season, to get to the second. That's kind of how it goes. Changing subject to Star Wars. Any new additions to the office? Any more Vaders? I go thrifting all the time. See, it's been a while. This I got. It's a smartphone holder. So you put your device on this, and they have different characters. It doesn't sit up very well or stand up very well. It kind of wobbles. I'm a little disappointed in that, but I love the design. You simply do this. So there you go. Star Wars that holds technology. What will they think of next? I have other new things too, including a new mouse pad. I don't know if you noticed that. A lot of my old videos had a different kind of mouse pad. Now I've got this Vader head. That's an officially licensed mouse pad, unlike the last one that I had. And that is absolutely true. Shirag Badkar asked if I saw someone had posted a portrait selfie. No. I miss a lot of that stuff. I know a lot of you guys kind of watch it carefully, but not my thing. It just isn't. If I'm not spending time fleshing out needs for creator decks, then I am trying to get things going here, live videos that YouTube eats, or if not, I'm with Jedi, and if I'm not with Jedi, I'm watching watching a series. Though usually entertainment is the last thing that happens, and then I can't sleep, and then I watch the rest of it in the middle of the night. But yeah, it's a constant balance that is. Which is kind of difficult to explain to a lot of people out there who've never had to balance different responsibilities in their life. Easier for me to understand because, of course, it's my life, and, I got to live it. But that's all the more reason why, I thought as soon as YouTube turned on this membership module, I'm like, all right, let's give it a shot. So if you want to see TLDR continue, okay, I've been throwing bonuses already to the members' directions. In the members direction, click the join button. You can actually join the live video as it's happening right now. You can, this right up here, you could be within the context of this screen. And in many ways, not just the questions that they're asking, but the members' needs are the ones that I want to address first in terms of the videos that I do like this. That said, I'm also meeting with another local producer Wednesday. We're going to shoot or try to shoot something that I've got an idea for an inspirational video series around, a lot of my experiences, a creative entrepreneur. I've been wanting to do something differently, but I'm not a video producer. Obviously, hello, I'm just the bare bones, simple for me. But this guy's got, he's got a different kind of vision in terms of how to use technology to create a story. So we're going to try to shoot one or two things like inspirational style, where I'm talking through advice or my thoughts on a matter, specifically in relation to, being a creative entrepreneur, or using technology is a means to an end, not an end to itself. And so I'm hoping that we'll be able to try something. We'll put it out on the channel. I hope it finds an audience. It may not find an immediate audience, but I'm interested in doing that kind of content. The title of that video series is going to be Evergreen. Because get it? It's evergreen content. That's what they call content that lives on forever. It's evergreen. Plus we're in the woods or with trees and evergreen trees. Evergreen, get it? I thought it was funny. Have I done anything more to making your house go wireless for electrical devices? Nope. I got rid of a lot of the devices. I don't. I'm a hardware minimalist, and nothing, literally, nothing has changed. Nothing. I don't want more hardware. I constantly look for ways to get rid of it, not add to it. Now, if you ask me about action figures, oh yeah, I'm all about this. Now, the deal I got on this Han Solo Bespin 6-inch Black Series figure, $5. Because the store had all their Black Series. They had some older Black Series that they were marking down from the Han Solo wave. They marked down all the Black Series. So I got him, instead of for 20, I got him for 5. And the sculpt, look at the facial. Oh my God. Seriously, they're nailing it. Like, Hasbro is like on point. I mentioned this yesterday during the live stream, but this is probably one of the better Harrison Ford figures that has ever been produced in any scale. And it takes a lot to win me over when it comes to like a human sculpted action figure. But yeah, they've nailed it, and that's not even my scale. Like, my scale, of course, is the 3 3/4 inch scale. Let's see here. I'll pull up a Kira, right, from the Han Solo movie, which I loved. I still loved it. Jedi loved it too. I don't know why so many people just didn't like it. Although that was tech news. That I shared this in the newsletter. You can get it on chrispirillo.com. Apparently, a lot of the Last Jedi pushback was from Russian troll farms. I'm just saying. I know some people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it. Good to see you back. I didn't really go anywhere, but, that's okay. Do you think there's any truth to the Google Pixel Ultra myth? I have a OnePlus 5T, but tomorrow will be boring. Well, boring is relative, for one. And two, thank you for your super chat. I don't know. I haven't seen anything to disprove it or prove it. Like, you can't prove a negative. Is there one? I don't know. Could there be one? Sure. Does it mean everything? No. Is it going to be a game changer? I doubt it. Glad to see that they're at least doing something new and not abandoning the ecosystem, because it's been one of the better software experiences I've had on a device to date. Should you turn off an iMac fully, not using and leaving in rest mode? Yeah, I leave it on. Just let it manage itself. Don't worry about it. This is not like, 1996 where you have to turn everything off. I wouldn't worry about it too much. As I said yesterday, I prefer to keep these broadcasts to about a half hour long. If you are interested in TLDR continuing, feel free to become a member. You can become a part of the live chat. You'll get my other thoughts that I'm not sharing. That I'll post to the members only feed on my community page. You press the join button. Simple to do. This, I will tell you, today as a public broadcast was a mistake. It was intended to be for members only. And the reason why is because YouTube burped in the beginning. I'm like, well, I can't rejigger things. Tomorrow, however, everyone will be able to tune in again for I don't know if we're going to simulcast during the Google announcements or after the fact. And the reason why is because Diana has an engagement. So tomorrow's live video may not be happening at the same time as the Google announcement. It may be happening immediately thereafter. just so you know. I'll be listening for the first time, but, chat will, of course, be popping. I'm more than confident. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for becoming a member if you so chose. I appreciate that. Thank you for staying tuned to the developments of the CreatorDex platform. More information on that MVP launch will be coming soon, especially if you are, like me, if you're my peer, if you're a fellow creator. We're building a company that will help you. And yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate all the patience and the time and the dedication that you've had. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And may the Force be with you.